I moved to Oregon in November the 5th, 2004, from New York. I was 19 at the time, didn't have any background, didn't have any direction in life, but knew I wanted to get up and move. I didn't really necessarily know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to come out to Oregon and start a new life. And eventually I got into storytelling and documentary making, and that's sort of how I started my career in Oregon. I started doing like local documentaries and started storytelling and filmmaking just because I had the passion that I needed to tell the stories that I was trying to tell. So Motorized Precision is a motion control company where we develop a simple, easy to use, intuitive motion control. Where Kira is a 6-axis robot, and you can start thinking about repetitive moves in all these 3D spaces. You're thinking about every rig that's out there and what it does, and how Kira can do all of those things within a certain, reach limit as one device. Kira only has that 5.5 feet. She's a 1.63 meter reach arm. So without the track system, that's a limit right there. But as far as the limits for what it can do, as long as we can write the code, it can almost do anything. Yeah. I always say that when we take the camera off and we open up our minds, we can create anything with Kira. We are redesigning the base actually to make it even more portable, where we take off a lot of the weight and make that add-on weights after the fact. So a couple people can potentially lift up Kira and put it onto a truck. Motion control for many years, way before you guys' generation, has been complicated. It's been expensive. Producers are, as soon as they hear, oh, this is a motion control shot, they're like, no, I can't do one shot a day. Where Kira's really fast, we're doing, 15 to 20 shots a day. So we don't have a ton of projects under our belt, but some of the most recent ones that we launched with was the Microsoft launch video for their new Surface Studio device. We have 3 Kiras now, and one of them lives in New York because of that project. We brought it out there a few months early, and we're at the live event. We got some good articles. It was cool. So MP Studio technically is still in development. I think it might always be in development for the rest of its life because it's constantly evolving. Our official release of MP Studio will be in January of 2017. It is an app that's both for PC and Mac, and it's written from the ground up to be for cinematographers or people in the industry to be able to use complex robots, but in a simple and intuitive way that makes a lot of sense. We actually have a live video feed from the camera in the software. We have a 3D model of the robot that's live interaction with it. You can control the cameras from the software as well, so the phantom cameras and the red cameras. You can record stop, you can change all their settings from there. You can do playback. We also integrate a fizz unit, which is focus, iris, and zoom. So we can pull focus as the shot goes on, or change the iris or zoom the camera lens as well. With Kira, we give you where the camera was in space, so it gives you a camera path. So then you can just drop something right onto that same camera path and it will stick with the footage. You're basically able to just drop motion graphics right onto your shot. MP Studio is open in a source in a way that it can be integrated with lots of different other hardware. We integrate with DMX controllers, we integrate with triggering devices and lots of other turntables and track systems. But currently it is specifically designed to work with our robot lines that we have, but it could integrate outside of that in the future. So we have a incredible software that makes it the path accurate. Safety is always a factor, of course. So we have a hard kill switch, it's called an e-stop, and somebody's always on it, especially when you have people interacting with it right now. And then we built our own safety protocols into the software that give you warnings before anything's going to move. And we have 2 different hard stops on set and people monitoring those in case anything happens that we don't expect, which we haven't had. We will introduce a smaller line of robot that's more cost effective and more easily accessible to everybody. And then we will further advance MP Studio's functionality with different integrations. That's all I can say in the interview, but there's a big future for MP Studio, that side of things, software, and then different hardware options that we're going to integrate and create different ways of interacting with Kira and controlling her as well.